County Talk. Before we get into the preview, I want to just quickly plug the video that we did in the week. It was the episode 3 of the Pavers Perspective. We cover a range of topics, questions sent in from fans. So if you've not already, go check it out because it's quite an interesting watch, if I say so myself. Moving on to the preview. A funny game. It's the FA Trophy, so I don't think we're going to take many, especially seeing that it's at Yeovil. It's a fair distance.
Already been there as well.
Yeah, we've already been there this season, and it wasn't very pleasant. So we're moving on in the FA Trophy. I think it's a good opportunity for us to definitely get a bit of silverware this year. So, I mean, fair play to any fans going, because it's 200 miles odd, isn't it, to get there? So you're looking at 7 or 8 hours round trip. So fair play, because it's not the most anticipated cup, is it?
No.
So yeah, fair play to any travelling fans.
Yeah, like you say, it's a big chance for me to win a trophy, get to Wembley as well.
Yeah.
And you want to keep the good run of form that we're back in going, don't you? So
yeah.
Yeovil got to this round of the competition by beating Hampton and Richmond 4-0, so comprehensive, easy victory. We beat Dagenham and Redbridge 2-1. What was the winning goal in that one?
I can't remember.
It was decent anyway. We beat Hampton and Richmond, Dagenham and Redbridge 2-1. We've lost 1 in our last 5. And Yeovil have won 1 in the last 5. So we are definitely the form team going into this. And, you've got to keep that going now. We've got to keep it going. I can't even have a blip in this competition, because you see with teams all around the country that are in good form, if they falter in this, it just, or any competition, it just doesn't work for them. You've got to keep it going.
I think Notts seem to be quite confident teams as well, don't they? So,
yeah.
If we do take a loss, I think it will affect league form as well.
Definitely, yeah. We're 4 points behind them in the league with a game in hand. So if we did win that our game in hand is against Fylde, then it brings us basically level points. But like George said, the last time we went there this season was a 3-1 defeat with Dennis scoring a consolation in the last minute. Now, we'll have been there twice before they visit us on the last day. And on that last day,
yeah, it's going to be a fierce game, I think, that one. It's going to be a real scrap.
I don't want to jinx it, but I hope it's for a place somewhere.
Maybe,
yeah. Just to mention, we don't really do players to watch for the FA Trophy, just because there's a lot of rotation often, and Ardley said there's rotation. But one player that we really have to mention is Rhys Murphy, 29-year-old striker, signed from Chelmsford. I think we put a tweet out way before the season that we wanted him at the club. He'd scored 25 goals for Chelmsford, and he's carried that on, and he's got 17 already.
Pretty good going, isn't it?
Very good. And I'd be surprised if he didn't play, because like us, they need to get back in a good run of form, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Moving on to team news for Notts now. Again, there was a lot in the way of team news. First one we mentioned for a bit of a change is the cup tied players. So we've got Pierce Bird and Cal Roberts, which is a shame, because I think it'd be nice to see Pierce Bird get a game. And Cal Roberts, I think, because even though he probably is one of the stronger players, it'd be nice to see him getting a good run out for Notts, especially now it's heading towards the final quarter of the season.
Used to teams at this level as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Turner, he's come back from his hamstring injury, but now he's picked up an injury in his calf, and having the scan on it, it's 6 to 8 weeks. So another stretch for him.
You're looking at the season now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, same goes for Bakayoko as well. He's looking at being out for a similar 6 to 8 weeks. It's massive. I mean, you look at the centre backs at the minute, they're doing a good job, but what if one of those gets injured now?
We're a couple of injuries away in full-back and centre-back positions from really struggling.
Yeah. And some good news, I suppose, is McCrory will be back up for selection. It feels like we've not seen him for a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Going on to our team then. Now, obviously, we know there's going to be a lot of changes. Nordley said that, and there will be forced changes as well. I think we should just keep recalling Fitzsimmons for one game at a time.
Yeah. No, we're going to have to go with the new keeper that we signed, which I suppose we should have mentioned in team news, but we kind of mentioned it in the Pavers Perspective we did in the week.
Yeah. There's no other option. Yeah,
we're going to have to go with him.
Left back, I'm going McCrory.
Yeah.
Just bring him back in. It's a good chance to get fitness back.
Do you know what? I'm going to disagree, actually. I'm going to say No, I'm not. I'm going to agree.
Good. Centre backs?
No choice.
What options?
Yeah, you've only got Lacey and Rawlinson because Bird's cup tied and Turner's injured.
The only option.
That's what I was going to say. So maybe put McCrory centre back,
Yeah.
put Kelly Evans left back, and put Brindley right back. But I have a feeling that he'll want to rest Brindley for this one, maybe. So that leads us to right back.
I think Brindley. I think playing back into form.
Yeah,
He's not done bad, but he's not been as good as he was. Just keep playing him. He'll get there.
I think Kelly Evans, because he did a good job when he last played. I think he needs to be rewarded for it, even if it isn't in the cup that's not as desirable as the league. I do think he just needs, just a good run of a few games.
Yeah,
it'll help him a lot.
Yeah. Osborne.
Yep. Crawford.
Yeah, Osborne. Let's go across Osborne, Crawford.
I don't think Rose will play. O'Brien.
Yeah, and then that leaves another wide spot. I think Enzio is in amazing form, but we've got Shields available, haven't we, for this one?
You've got to take into account we've got a game on Tuesday as well. So I think Audley will have that in the forefront of his mind. So I don't think Enzio will be started. Even though he's in great form, I'm not dropping him for any other reason that I think Audley will want to rest him for Fylde on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Shields.
Yeah, and then I think up front for me, Dennis and Thomas.
Yeah, I'd agree, yeah.
I'm just conscious of getting an injury now.
Yeah, very conscious. When you look at, these injuries aren't just little niggles, it's lengthy ones. Yeah.
I think that the season has a lot to play in that as well.
Yeah.
What kind of season it is, how ridiculous. It's like a quarter of the games were played by the end of September or something like that. Like crazy stats.
Yeah.
But I can't. I don't want to risk Wootton. I don't want to risk the centre backs, but we've got no choice. You don't want to risk Enzio, but you have to do some of these, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I think the team we've gone for is probably, in terms of having a bit of strength there and reflecting across the injuries, getting maybe players in that aren't getting as much game time to keep them sharp.
Yeah, like Crawford.
Yeah, and your Shields. So I think the lineup we've got there, I don't think we're going to be too far off with
that. Score prediction?
I've not really thought about this one. What about you?
1-0 Yeovil.
Yeah, they're a bit of a grudge for us, aren't they, Yeovil?
Yeah, bogey team.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I don't want to. It's the first loss I've thought may happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just seem
We're on 100% in the league points, though, down according to you. So it's all right, to choose like a loss. It's all right.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, tricky one this. Really tricky, but if you're going down, fair play to you, and I hope we win because I'm desperate for a trip to Wembley.
Yep.
As we've said, please go and have a look at the Pavers Perspective we did, and we also said at the start of that we're closing in on 700 subscribers, which is way more than we thought we would. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're looking to get as quickly as we can to 700.